Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. It's March 11th, an important day in this study of occult numerology. So, I want to go over the headlines. The earliest headline I saw today was this death of 11 military, 7 of which were Marines, 4 of which were Army. And I want to show you the gematria pertaining to these military branches. The word Marine has a gematria of 33, that's Pythagorean gematria, Army 21, military 44. All very familiar and all very fitting. This number 33 seems a lot to have to lot has a lot to do with sacrifice. And Marines are always the first line of, defense, if you will, the first people sent in, and usually endure the highest casualties. So for a Marine to be 33 makes very much sense. And when you think about advertising on TV and reaching out to young youth to join the military, the Marines, they promote almost more than anyone. So this tragedy, the helicopter left Camp Lejeune, which has Pythagorean gematria of 42 and simple English of 105. We saw these numbers in the study of the 4 blood moons and the equinox, the strange series of astrological events we're going through right now. This numerology ties in perfectly with blood moon and equinox. The first of the 4 blood moons came last April 15th. April 15th also happens to be the 105th day of the year. So if you haven't seen that post, check that out because this ties directly in with that, and it makes me think maybe this is foreshadowing. So 7 and 4, we know a lot about the numbers 74 and 47, and this story comes on March 11th, 3/11. It happened over the Florida Panhandle. This is a misspelling down here. It should say Florida. But Florida Panhandle has a Pythagorean gematria of 77, just like Deadly Mission. And 77 is a very important number. Think the Pentagon is 77 feet tall. It was hit by Flight 77. It's on the 77th meridian, known as the American Meridian. Whether this is a real sacrifice or just another fear headline, tragic headline to distract us with, I am uncertain. But again, we're seeing the numbers line up with the dates. Another story I saw today, Cassandra C., teen forced to endure chemo. And she's 17 years old. Another number of importance. The word kill with simple English gematria sums to 44. With Pythagorean gematria it sums to 17. This has to do with cancer having similar gematria. Cancer is also a 44 word. And of course, Cassandra C gives us the CC initials, or 3-3 initials. If you ever take the time to watch the movie A Haunting in Connecticut, it's about a boy who has cancer, can see ghosts essentially. In the movie, he's put in a chemotherapy machine early in the movie, and it has a giant 44 painted on the side. Later in the movie, it's revealed that this house where all these murders took place at has the number 44 for an address on it. This is not an accident. 44 has so much to do with death. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated April 4th. The first president to die in office died on April 4th. Over and over. Julius Caesar died in 44 BC. Whole lot more. These headlines were also from today. The U.S. is supporting Ukraine against Russia. This entire story has been coded out with 33 in Russia's history. Their state capital moved from St. Petersburg to Moscow on March 11th, 3/11. USA becomes 311 in gematria. It's very similar to USSR, which becomes 3119. United States of America, United States of Soviet Russia. The two nations are reflections of each other, false rivals, motors for the New World Order. Yesterday, before March 11th, the market dropped 333 points in the Dow Jones. Dow Jones, of course, has the gematria of 33. Today it fell another 27 points. But I assure you, this is directly connected to today's date of March 11th. The NASDAQ also fell 82, another curious number. I think the markets are all a giant manipulation. This story didn't break today, but it got more attention today. The 47 Republicans. Comical. 47 Republicans. Let me show you why that's so funny. The Republican Party was originally the Whig Party. In simple English gematria, Whig sums to 47. The first Whig president was William Henry Harrison. He died April 4th. He was the 9th president. He died 1 month into his term, the shortest presidential term ever. In Pythagorean gematria, Republican sums to 47. Whig became Republican. If you think this is a coincidence, on your keyboard it says Alt. Alt with simple English gematria equals 33. If you write out the word alternate and do it with Pythagorean gematria, it sums to 33. There's so much of this in our language, Truth Seeker. This stuff is not a coincidence. The home row of your keyboard sums to 33. Do the gematria of enter and return and see what you get. All right, moving on. The Republican Party loves to claim to be the Christian Party, another 47. The most presidents have been Republican and Whig. President's another 47 word. No Democrat, and Democratic does not sum to 47. This story about the 47 traitors, notice traitors has the important gematria of 39. 39 books in the Old Testament. This is about a nuclear story, energy and weapons, dealing with Iran. Notice that nuclear, energy, and weapon all have simple English gematria of 74. Look at this importance of 74 and 47. Beauty is a 74 word, beast is 47. Fruit 74, candy 47. Jury 74, judge 47. Our language is coded out. Ha! Here's my favorite headline of the day, honestly, Truth Seeker. Don't you hate this manifesto, how they always do this? Their hoaxes always have a manifesto, another 39 word. CNN tried to tell us that these were bullet holes, and this was real blood, and this is from him holding it during the shootout. Ha! Talk about high comedy, complete drama. This wouldn't even make the Lifetime channel. This is a joke. A manifesto riddled with bullets and blood, saying, okay to kill civilians. Come on. Supposedly he tweeted this March 11, 2013. Strive to be a better Muslim. Muslim's a 33 word. All the religions, 33. What's it tell you, Truth Seeker? Strive to be a better Muslim. Be greedy with your time. Devote most of it to the Almighty, for it is the satisfaction that you need. This is just such propaganda. It's the 47th book of the Quran that speaks of Muhammad. 47th book, Muhammad equals 74. Just like Jesus, just like cross, just like Messiah, just like Jewish, just like pinnacle. So much. What a joke. What a joke. Who is fooled by this? Once upon a time, when I started this video blog, the Michael Brown shooting had just happened. And I said, watch, this whole story is coded out with numbers. The apartment complex it happened in front of, Campfield Green Apartments, sums to 113. Today's March 11th, 311, directly associated with 33, just like every detail of that story. And look, the police chief is resigning. And then today, the next lead was that the mayor should resign next. I mean, this is just a hoax. Hoaxalicious. By the numbers. Oh boy, there's just too many good headlines today. Supposedly, the Secret Service was drinking and driving on the job, and if you take the time to read the details, it says this was one of the most important men in Obama's detail. I'm sure. One of the most important men to the president's out drinking and driving like a character in The Wire, bouncing off barricades. Come on. Never before have we gotten headlines like this. People in costumes jumping over the fence. Just so much. It just foreshadows what's coming. Can you see it? And oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Today, March 11th, 2015. Rare photos reveal Osama bin Laden's Afghan hideout. And if you read this article, the photos are from 1996. And all of them look ridiculous. Hey, Osama, go stand on the snowy hill with the gun in your hand. Hey, Osama, pose with the gun in your hand. It looks like he was just washing the car before he did the photo. Here's Osama in his personal library. 31 photos from CNN. What do we know about 31? Again, the year 96. The word Freemason equals 96. They have arranging degrees of 31, 32, 33. Add those three numbers together, you get 96. The name Osama bin Laden has a Pythagorean gematria of 47. We were just talking about that number, and 110. So the World Trade Centers 1 and 2 were 110 stories tall. Building 7, the third building to fall at that complex, was 47 floors tall. President George W. Bush used to call him Cave Dweller, another word with the exact same gematria. George W. Bush had a life number of 33, graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones in 68, 33 years before becoming president. That's the same year 911 was made the national emergency dialing code. That's the same year World Trade Center construction began. It's not a coincidence. This is how they do it, by the numbers, every year. Can you see this date? 96, November 16th. Even the picture dates are coded. Unbelievable. Documentary filmmakers from the UK could find Osama bin Laden, and so could Peter Bergen of CNN, who now writes about ISIS, but our FBI, our government, never could. Do you buy it? Huh. CNN did an interview with Osama bin Laden 3 months before September 11th, when he was most wanted by the FBI for the bombing of the USS Cole. Fake, fake, fake. Boris Nemtsov, this killing from February 27th. On March 3rd, there was a ceremony for him, 3-3. Today on March 11th, we're getting more details about the story. Up here we have 16 photos, one of only 2 numbers that has a gematria of 33. This stuff is just so coded, it's all fake. The numbers are the giveaway. If you've not seen my video on this, please check it out. This is that fake political assassination in Russia. Little sports action I noticed. Today is March 11th, and the Kings, a team with 33 gematria, scored 113. Where at? In Charlotte, North Carolina, what I call basketball weirdo land, because of all the weird deaths and stuff that comes out of here. It seems like it's a rite of passage for superstars in the NBA. They have to pass through North Carolina one way or another. Remember, Kobe Bryant was drafted by this team. Mr. 113 himself, just like Michael Jordan, who went to school in North Carolina. Both of them have names summing to 113. Very important number in the NBA. And Chris Paul also went to school, Wake Forest, North Carolina. Scored 61 points for his grandfather, who died at 61, and went to a high school with a gematria of 61. Of course, his grandfather died the day he signed with Wake Forest. Supposedly, a group of thugs beat him. Do I believe that? No. I think Chris Paul sold his soul, and he's been, living the life ever since. Look at him scoring 33 points today on old 311. And what did he do? He outshined Westbrook, who's the hottest player in the history of the NBA ever right now, honestly. And here's Chris Paul punking him. He just did that to Damian Lillard the other night. Damian Lillard's 223rd game was against Chris Paul, and he went 1 for 13. 1-1-3, Damian Lillard. He got made to look bad by Chris Paul, too. This is all part of how the hoax goes. Who knows? Maybe Chris Paul's the holiest man in the NBA right now because of what he did to his grandfather. Or what he allowed to happen, I should say. The number 311 in Jewish gematria, that's where it's most interesting because it has the larger values. The Beast, Saul, God of Earth, Mega Millions. Lottery is so coded with 33. Pakistan. Lots of numerology stuff goes down there. Oh, I like that. Learn more. Boom. Telepathic. Friendship. Oh, we already said that. And what's cool about Rhode Island? Rhode Island is the third colony of the first 13. The first colony, Delaware, was established on a date with 33 numerology, December 7th, 1778, I believe. And Rhode Island, it was New Hampshire, Delaware the 9th, and Rhode Island the 13th, all established with 33 dates. And look, Rhode Island even sums to 311 in Jewish gematria, just like USA. You know, before there was a United States of America, there was a Rhode Island foreshadowing it. Because this is how the Masons do it. They code it as they go. Back then and still today, the Masons are running it. I live up in Seattle, Truth Seeker. The name Chief Seattle sums to 113. He gave his most famous speech March 11th, 1854. That's 161 years ago now. These are all the different spellings of Chief Seattle, but with simple English gematria, it's 113. Seattle still goes by, or Seattle used to be called Alki, a word with 33 gematria. If you come to Seattle, we still have Alki Beach in West Seattle. His speech is about all things being connected, and that's what I'm trying to show on this blog, how really all things happening in this world are connected, and in large part by numerology. And how much of that is manipulated by man is still being debated, but there is no doubt that numbers are tying things together in this world. So that pretty much concludes the headlines. I hope you learned a thing or two. Until next time.